Okay. Can you hear me? Okay. I have to do that every single time. I don't know why it does that, but every single time I get on, I've got to check that mic because it mutes itself for some reason. I don't know why. Uh, Good afternoon. How is everybody today? Today we're going to talk about making a double lap book, and I'm even putting it in a triple lap book. And as Paul put in the email, it's kind of like lap booking on steroids. So Jim and I even talked about it being called lap booking 201. So we're going to do that, and then I'm going to show how you can do this instead of we use lap books as in education. In our school all the time, but how you can use this as a gift to someone. And there's a lot of different ways we can do that, so I'm going to show that as well. And it looks like we have about 4 minutes before we get started. Is there any questions that I might can address during the broadcast? So if you have any questions, let me know. I'm going to try to watch the chat. Now, I'm glad y'all can hear me. I'm telling you, I don't know why it mutes itself every single time, but I have to pull up live stream, then I have to go and unmute that mic every time. Okay, you want my, okay, I can do that because I've got it ready. Here is my contact information. Today I really don't have anything that is for sale, so the PayPal account you don't have to worry about. I am going to show the lapbook resource again, so I guess that would be the only thing if I had anything for sale. And this is my email address. Both of these actually are my email addresses that you can get me at, and this is my blog address. Next week, I'll probably say that this at the end of the broadcast too, but next week is Notebooking 101. So it's kind of like lapbooking a little bit, but it's in a notebook, and you use foldables. And I've been researching it for a couple of weeks now, and I'm real excited about it. So next week is Notebooking 101. So I hope everybody will come back next week. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, we've got, I see about a minute. I also saw in the email that there was another broadcast tomorrow at 3:30. And it looked like planning the school year through prayer. I think that was the name of it. Paul, is that right? Because that looked very interesting. I'm hoping to be able to get on tomorrow. Okay. Paul, is it okay if I get started? Okay. I'm sorry that I look up like that. I'm looking through those bifocals that I've gotten. So today we're going to talk about double lap booking, and I just told everyone that I'm also going to add a triple lap book, show how to do a triple lap book also, and we're going to discuss how we can use these lap books as gifts. We use our lap books in our schools, for our education and learning different things and keeping the children engaged, but we can also use these as gifts, and I'm going to show you one that I'm working on, and then we might discuss what you might have some ideas also how we can use these. So that's what we're going to discuss today. So first, let me show you how to make that double lap book. Okay. If you've seen a couple of my other webcasts, you've seen how to make just a single lap book. To do the double lap book, you just do two of those and put them together. So I'm going to move the camera down and show you this real quick, and then I'll move it back up. Okay. To do the double lap book, you just do two of the single lap books. So this one I've already got done. So I'm going to show you how to fold. In case there's somebody that hasn't been on one of my other ones, I'm going to show you. This is just a simple file folder. Just a simple file folder. I got a whole pack of colored ones, and I like the colored ones. It just, makes it a little more fun. Just open it up, and then you bring both of these edges and come into the middle. And I'm one of those that I can't draw a straight line, and I can't fold a straight line. So mine are hardly ever straight. But so here's the second of the lap books. Now the only thing that you have to do is put these two together, and you just put the two edges like this together, and you're going to glue this. And I'm going to use my stick glue, even though for this I would probably use the liquid cement, but I don't have any right now, so I can't show you that. And I was also going to show you in the little gift thing how you can do this and make a little pocket. Only put the glue on the three sides and not the top, and put it together as straight as you can get it. And put it together like this. And now one thing that I have learned to do, especially if you use the liquid glue, is to use paper clips. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. I'm putting paper clips in here to hold it together. I have liquid glue, that just Elmer's glue, that I could use, but if you get this to stick, this does stick okay. So I put paper clips in here to hopefully get this to stick together. Now if you only put that glue on those three sides, you then have a pocket, and that's one reason I have been saying to use the liquid cement, because the liquid cement will definitely hold better. I just don't have any. But for the gift, you probably need to do that. That's the kind that brushes on, and that will stick a lot better. Now this is a double lap book right here, and this is how it looks. You have your front, and then you have two sections. One lap book here and one lap book here, and then if you do, you can have the little pocket right there. So that is a double lap book. That's how easy the double lap book is. It's not hard at all. It gives you double the space that you had in that single lap book, and it you have two large spaces, and then you have four of the small spaces like we've used before. And it closes up. To me, it even closes up better, because you remember on that single lap book, I'll show you this one. On that single lap book, your cover, you opened up your cover. But on the double and the triple lap book, your front is actually the whole thing, so they can decorate the whole thing. So to me, I like these a lot better. They just seem to work better. So that's a double lap book. Now, when you are doing a triple lap book, I'm going to show this real quick before I come back. This is the one that I'm working on. A triple lap book is the same principle. You just have three different sections. You have this section, then you keep opening it up. You have this section in the middle, and then you have another section right here. So you have 3 different sections, and when you're folding this, you fold this section in, and then this section in, and then you have a front like this. So the triple lap book just gives you one more section to work with. And this one also, these stand up really well. You can't see that, hold on. These also stand up very well like this. And a friend of mine was talking about you can use these as a like a mini science book thing. What am I trying to say? A mini science board. So that, because they stand up so well. So that's the double and the triple lap book. That's how easy that is. It's not hard at all. Are there any questions so far? Okay. I think Paul's looking to see where everybody is. Okay. Now the gift idea. The thing that I saw, and I saw this months ago, but then when I started looking for it for this webcast, I could not find the website. So I just kind of went by what I could remember. And the one that I'm working on is this one right here. I found these are just regular file folders. They're just very colorful. They're very pink inside. So this one would definitely be for a girl because it's very pink and flowers. So this one would be for a girl. But you can find, just about any really colorful file folders, or of course you can decorate them yourself. And this one is going to be a journaling project. And what I decided to do when I did this, and this is what I saw on the website that I found, is I saw that she was doing this journaling thing. And what she did was she did mini books, just like I've shown before. And she did one for every month, and that's what I'm doing. These monthly books, I just went to the Homeschool Share, so I'm going to put that up real quick. Hold on. Homeschool Share. And I saw the lady last week do this, and I hadn't even thought. But the homeschoolshare.com is where I got the mini books, and I got all the skinny ones. They look like this. You're gonna want 4 of these per lap book in your triple lap book. So you can't get the really big ones, but you can get the skinny ones. So I'm using this one and this size, and then I'm using one that's up and down, and I'll show you that one also. And I'm doing one of the little mini books per month. Okay, and you can do them 2 different ways, and I'm going to show you what I did. One of the ways is I went on there on the Homeschool Share, and I just printed off 2. And remember, when you get these, let me show you this one. When you get these, it looks like this, and you cut it out and then you fold it, and that's your little mini book. Well, I printed off 2 and then put them inside of each other. See, this is 2 of them. This is 2, if you can see. So it's got 4 pages, and then I just stapled it, and that would be where they would journal. The other way that you can do that is you can do instead of 2 of them, you just print 1, and then you put lined paper. And this is actually what I like better. And what I did was I just got the mini book. And then I just traced it on lined paper. And then when I cut this out, I just cut it a little smaller than the mini book, so that it would go inside. You wouldn't see it on the outside. So you cut inside the lines. When you cut this out, you would cut inside the lines so that it would be smaller. And then you would come out with a mini book with pages on the inside. And now we're not talking about a huge journaling project. This is a journaling project that would be where they would do just a little journaling each month. It wouldn't be a large journaling thing. And I'm going to show you what I did. I'm going to move the camera down one more time. Okay, this is what I've only done one section so far, but this is what I did, and I found paper that went with this. It was just from Walmart, but it went really well with this. And so you put 4 in each one. So I've got January, February, March, and April here. And then on the next one you would have May, June, July, and August. And then the last months would go in the last one down here. Okay? So this is what the months would look like. And see, some of them have the lined paper. Can you see? Some of them have the lined paper. And then I've got, this is the other one that I told you about that was a little longer, where they would write here. And then I've got one that looks like this. And so some of them I put the lined paper and some of them I didn't. Then I also, you have these other little flaps here, the smaller sections here. And so what I decided to do was to do some things that they could also journal. So you have 6 of these smaller sections, and what I did is I just got on the computer and made this myself. And so I have 6 sections. I have New Year's resolutions, my goals for this year, then I have my summer goals, my summer plans, my goals for this school year. And one reason I did that one is the last month in this middle one will be August, and so right here I was going to put my goals for this school year, since the school year usually starts in August. And then the other one that I decided to put was my birthday, because they might want to tell about what happened in during their birthday. And then the last one down here I was going to put my year in review. And so that's what these will look like, and I did all of them the same, just on different color paper. And so it'll just have whatever it is up here, and then they can write here about those different things. And like I said, you have 6 flaps, so you would have 6 different things. And I did make these with the little pockets so that they would have a place that they could put pictures or other mementos, that they might want to keep to remember this year. So this would be, I would say, for a preteen or teenager maybe, that they would really like to keep up with their what they do during the year, and they would just do a little journaling every month, and then keep, it's not a huge journaling thing, but it is just a really cute journal project. And on the front I would probably put the child's name really big, because this is going to be theirs, and then maybe the year that you're going to give it to them. And so you would make this one, the front, really pretty. And before we actually put it together, I would probably laminate that. And I haven't done that, so I don't know if I'll be able to do that or not. But I did get the rest of these made, and you can see I have my summer plans and my goals for this school year, my birthday, and my year in review. So that was the other ones that are going on the flap. And so that's how one idea for a gift. Now, does anybody have other ideas? I have a couple of other ideas for a gift like this. This is just the one that I saw and I thought was really cool, because I love to journal, and so I thought that a journaling project would be good to make. But I know there's a lot of other things that you can do with this. I thought I had written those down. One of them I was thinking would be a really good one would be a baby journal, and so it would be for a new baby's mother, and she could journal about her child during that time. Rosehaven says the journal lapbook looks great to use with 4-H, keeping records for each month's activities. Anything, yeah, that's a good idea, because you could still do the months and just have a specific thing that you're talking about during that. That is a great idea. The baby book I thought was good, a good idea. And like I said, I thought I had some other ideas that I wrote down, and now I don't know where I put those. Oh, here it is. You could do one for just the summer, because all the children, or a lot of the children, are not in school during the summer. Especially if you have friends or family that are in the public school, you could do this as a summer journaling project, and that would be something they could be doing during the summer to keep up their writing and stuff. Another one, the baby book journal. I also thought that this would be great for scrapbooking, especially for a child, because the scrapbooking stuff is so expensive to buy an album and all the stuff. This would be wonderful for a child to keep up and do a scrapbook. Also, I remember I have shown you how to make the pockets. I had hoped I had kept one of those. The little pockets that we made last time that you put pictures in, you could do that also and put pictures for different months or time, whatever, and they could keep up with their pictures, and they could have a pocket for their pictures and a little thing for a journal to tell about what those pictures were about. I thought that would be really good. They're saying my son can use that when he starts his chicken project with 4-H. Especially if they're doing any kind of project that they have to keep notes during any time, that would be really good. Mama Fred said, or for your kids' favorite activities like gymnastics, horseback, and they could keep pictures and stuff. The pockets, either the pockets that you make, like I showed you how you make, or the pockets that you can get off Homeschool Share. Either one of those would be good to keep pictures in. So I think those are wonderful ideas. But does anybody have any questions on how to make the lap books? Because they're not hard. A lot of people think that this is a hard activity, and it's just not. It's easy. My suggestion is to get the liquid cement though, because it just holds better. So I think that in using the paper clips until it's dry also helps a lot. So is there any other questions about this, or does anybody else have any other ideas? Because I thought the 4-H idea was really cool, really good. Rosehaven says, our children like to do record books at the end of the year for 4-H, and this will be a blessing to remember all that each accomplished in it. Yeah, that, especially if you're keeping any kind of record keeping, this would be really good. Yeah, these are regular size. Mama Fred is asking if these are regular size file folders. These are just regular size file folders. I don't know if you can see that or not, but I have, here is the pack. This is the pack that I got, and it's just regular size file folders. And one day I was telling somebody there were only 10 in here, but they're not. There were 25 in here. And these are the colored ones. But now you can use the regular ones also, because the regular ones actually lend a little more to the child coloring themselves. These, it's a little harder to color on these dark colors. You might can find some pastel colors. I found these at Walmart. Katie is asking, where did I find them? Oh, the pretty ones. The pretty ones, this one, these I found at the Dollar Tree. It was a pack of 3, so this came together. It was only $1, and it was the only one I saw. Because if there had been more, I would have bought more. But there was only one set of these, but I thought they were so pretty that I picked them up. Because I had seen that video about the lap book as gifts, and so I picked that up just to do this project. Someone asked, let's see, who asked? Rosehaven asked, do I use cardstock for the booklets? These that you just saw were not cardstock, they were just regular paper, and the reason is I had this paper. This is the paper, it's just regular paper, but I had these colors I had bought somewhere for something, I don't remember exactly what. And they were wonderful colors that went with those file folders, so they are not cardstock. But if you use cardstock, they will last longer, and they actually are better if you use the cardstock. But I just didn't have any pastel cardstock. Paul said we just went over 100 viewers. Oh, great! Last week we had, Paul told me we had about 115 last week. I think that was my biggest crowd last week, so I am so excited that we'll have that many. How to add the extra flaps that people use that flap. Okay, that's easy. I mean, like I said, a lot of people think that this is really hard. I'm going to have to find my tape. Okay, I usually use tape when I do a flap. Let me get me a piece of paper. Now this is cardstock, and for this, for a flap, I would use cardstock because you're going to be putting the mini books on here. So we're going to have some real primary colors. I am going to put my camera back down one more time just to show you the flap. It looks like my quality's going down. I did not hook up. Jim got me that cord, Paul, and then I forgot to put it on here. Okay, I'm going to put my camera down and show you how to do the flap real quick. Okay, here's the double flap book that I started just a minute ago. And this is the middle of the first flap book, the one that I folded. This is the middle one, okay? And you just put a piece of cardstock down, and then you just get tape. Oh, this is a brand new thing of tape. You just get tape, and you tape this into the top. You just tape it in there. Just like that, and then that flap comes up. Now you do have a little around the edges because the piece of paper is smaller than the inside of the file folder, but usually that's okay. You can also do another flap. I'm going to get one more piece of paper because I'm going to show you how I have seen many people do. Instead of doing a double lap book, they do this is what they do. And you get another piece of paper and you put it in there and you tape it at the bottom. I'm going to try to center this one better than I did that other one. And you put the flap right here. And now, when you're looking at this book, you have a flap that's coming up, a flap that's coming down, up, down, and so you have all this space. In fact, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have 5 spaces right here because you're going to do the top of it, and you can do this part right back here also. You can put mini books, and then you can put mini books here, and then you can put mini books on the back of this, and then mini books right here. So you have a lot of space here, and that would be a lap book with flaps. But the double lap book, you could do flaps in it also. But that's what the flaps are. It's just usually pages that are taped into a lap book to give you more space. And when you are doing a lap book, do all your mini books. Let your child finish all their mini books. Whatever information you're doing, let them do all their mini books. And then start putting them in there, but don't glue them down until you have arranged them like you want them. Then start gluing them down. If you glue your stuff down first, you're going to invariably find that you don't have enough room, or things are going to have to be moved around to get stuff. So that is the reason you want to do that. Nana says, I glue file folders to the back as well as the sides of the base folder, and they will fold open. I have seen that. In fact, I saw someone that did a project, and then they glued on the back, and they did the project in English, and then you flipped it over, and they did the same project in Spanish. So they were learning Spanish, and that was their way to do that. The double flap, and I've even seen, I'm not lying to you, the other day I saw one, because I've been doing research on notebooking and stuff. I actually saw one that had the flaps like I just put in here, but she also taped a flap that came open like this, a big flap that came open like this. She had flaps coming everywhere. And I think it was even a double lap book plus the flaps. It was huge. I had never seen one quite that big, and I don't remember what the subject was, but she had flaps going everywhere. The templates for the mini books, Katie is asking what are good sources for printing templates. The best place I have found is the Homeschool Share. If you go to homeschoolshare.com, and over on the right hand side it'll say lapbooking, and it says lapbook resources, and that is just a whole page of blank mini books. Homeschool Share. Thank you, Paul. No, Snickies. Thank you. I'm not. I was going to try to do what she just did, and I am not signed in, so I could not do that. The rubber cement. Someone is asking, do you use the rubber cement to glue the mini books too? You can. I usually just use stick glue because I don't like that much liquid on the inside of it. But if you can do it without getting too much, it will stick better. LJ School says, I've purchased lap books before, but my boys get so frustrated about what to put inside the books. Ideas or suggestions? If you find a topic that your child is going to do, this is I did this one when I did my lap book webcast, and I might try to do another lap book, just a regular 101 kind of thing again if y'all want me to. But the easiest thing to do is you find your subject, whatever your subject is, and then before you even start the lap book, you brainstorm the questions that you want. Okay, so if you're going to do horses, because we're about to do one on horses, she's about to do one on horses, you would brainstorm all the questions that you could think of about horses. The parts of a horse, the anatomy, the parts of a bridle and a saddle, the different breeds of horses. I mean, you just brainstorm with as many questions as you can think of. And then you would pick your mini book according to how much information comes from that question. So that's pretty much what we have done. Also, there on Homeschool Share, there are lap books, free lap books on all kinds of different subjects, and they have the questions and the answers for you. And if you do a couple of those from the Homeschool Share that are ready made for you, it kind of gets you to understand how to do it by yourself. So you might try to pick, I know the very first one we did was on an animal. They have a whole list of animal lap books that you can do. And my daughter did one on pigs. I did not know there were that many questions about pigs, but there were huge amounts of questions on pigs, breeds. I'd have to get the lap book out to remember all the questions because there was huge amounts of questions. And so she did I think it was even a double lap book full of stuff on pigs. And that was, I think, the very first one that we did. No, the very first one we did was Thanksgiving. And the second one was pigs. And so you will learn how or what kind of things go where if you do some of those on your own. Someone says, great idea to first make the books and plan it out. The first and last lap book my girls made turned out horribly due to poor planning. I'd like to try. I agree with you because I've done the same thing. When you put the lap books down first, as you go, if you put the lap books in there as you go, which is what we did first, you're going to run out of room. You're going to say, I wish I had done this differently. So don't put them down in there. Just keep them to the side as you fill them out. And then your last thing you're going to do is actually, with your child, sit down and kind of plan where things are going to go. And that, to me, has worked out a lot better. For her pig, that was what we did. And we could move things around. We didn't glue things down until the end. And so it looked a lot better than the first one. Because we had huge amounts of space that nothing would fit in because we had not planned it out. So you do have to plan to make them look good. Snookies is saying, I gave each of my boys a folder to keep all of their mini books in, and they are looking forward to getting done and finishing up the lap book. That's what we did. Is I put she kept, as she filled it out, she put it in the folder, and then we sat down and planned out where we wanted things to go. Rosehaven says the older siblings could use their lap books as teaching aids for the younger children. That, especially things like history. If your older children do history lap books, they can teach that history to their younger siblings using those lap books. So yeah, history's a really good one. Science too. Either one. Yeah, that's a wonderful idea. Penny Marie says that you can find colorful folders at, I don't know what that says, barkcreek.com or barkercreek.com. These, like I said, I found the plain ones, just the colored ones at Walmart, but the real pretty ones, I just found these at Dollar Tree, but you don't, you kind of have to catch them. You don't always see them there. Okay, I'm going to give my information. Oh, let me show you one more thing real quick, and then I'll let you go. I do have a resource, and it's not really pretty because I haven't decorated or anything, but when I was first learning to do lap books, I went and I found as many different mini books as I could find, and I made myself a resource, and this is what my resource looks like. And let me pull it down just a little bit. This is what my resource, and this is just about every mini book there is available, and I have here and here all kinds of mini books, and I have the names of them, and it kind of shows you how to make them. And if anybody would like one of these, I am selling these for $10, but that's all. I don't have anything else that is for sale, so that's pretty much all I have for sale today. But here is my information, and if you do want to purchase that or anything that I have in the past, please let me know that you're going to do that, because like I've said before, I've had someone put the money in the PayPal account and not tell me where it was coming from, and so I didn't know at that time that I could look it up and find it on PayPal. Now I do know that, but if you would send me an email and let me know that you were doing that, it would be helpful. But you can go to my PayPal account, and that's the email for the PayPal account. And last week we had the geography unit for sale, and thank you all the ones that purchased that. Thank you so much. And we have the lapbook resource, so if you are interested in any of that, you can just deposit the money in the PayPal account and then email me, and I'll send it to you in a file. So thank you so much for those that did purchase. It's always helpful. And if you have any questions whatsoever, you can use either one of these emails. And this is my blog address, and a script of this webcast will be on my blog. And Happy New Year to everybody. And I'll see you next week. Remember, it's Notebooking 101 next week. Thank y'all so much. See you next week. Bye.